Hi there, Phil the Practical Gardener again. This particular tip is one of the ones that I'm producing about training and pruning. You would pay to look at my playlist on the other topics that I've covered here. They're all compatible with this one. This particular one is about what we call the 3-cut method of pruning, which is really only needed for larger cuts. Those that you might use on your specimen tree in your garden, such as this one here, or on large sheltering shrubs around the boundary of your property, or thirdly fruit trees such as peaches or plums or apples or pears. So I'm just going to run over the technique and a bit of the theory behind it, so let's get into it. If you cut a branch off from the top, you have got a danger that it will simply fall and strip the bark away. You won't have that problem if you use loppers, because if you use the loppers in the correct way that I've been showing in my videos, you will have the anvil side underneath, the blade side on top. So holding the anvil underneath will stop the branch from falling and stripping the bark down below. However, if you're using a saw, then you have got a danger that as you cut, the weight of the branch will fall and it will tear the bark and even some of the wood down and create a very nasty wound, which is very susceptible to infection and also will not be able to be healed by the tree or shrub itself. By the way, with this particular cut I did, it hurt me to do this. I never do it this way at all. It was a cut that I needed to do, where I will be doing a more correct cut a bit further down. So fear not, no tree or shrub was actually permanently damaged in the filming of this particular clip. You can see underneath that one when I pruned it that there is a very nasty gash down the side of the trunk where I've torn away both bark and wood. Now sometimes when you're doing a larger one you don't actually need to use this method. For example, in this cut is being done by my friend with a small battery powered chainsaw, I'm actually out of the picture holding the branch up, and so therefore when it falls it will just come away naturally, as you can see. I don't push it up, I just support the weight. If I pushed it up I would jam it against the saw and you wouldn't be able to use the saw, whether it was a chainsaw or an ordinary pruning saw. I just gently hold it, then the branch falls away, problem solved. However, if you have nobody else to help you or it's a larger branch, use this other method, as I'm demonstrating here on a fig tree. First of all, you cut round about 8 or 10 inches, that is to say 20 or 25 centimeters up the branch from underneath, round about 1/4 or 1/3 of the way through the branch. Then you do a cut slightly further out, maybe another 1 inch or 2 inches, that is to say 2 to 5 centimeters beyond the other one but above it. And you will see that when you do that cut you don't have to do anything, it will just naturally lean down onto that one you've already cut and then it will just fall away naturally. Then the 3rd cut is the one where you will actually, the final pruning cut. As you can see on this cut here, I'm making a nice smooth one. Now I'm just demonstrating it also on this peach tree, which I'm pruning, and you can see I'm following the same method. At the end of it, my 3rd cut is actually from underneath because it's a thinning cut and the branch that I'm leaving on the tree, I can't cut against that one, so I'm actually cutting from underneath and then quite easily taking off the stub that I've left. Talking about stubs, we don't leave a stub when we prune, nor do we cut flush against the trunk. Where the branch leaves the main part of the tree or a larger branch, above that there will be usually a ridge called a bark ridge. Underneath there is a swollen area which is called the branch collar. The area that joins those two is actually an important part of the management and healing part of the plant. So we need to cut just on the outside of the bark ridge and the branch collar. The diagram probably shows it more clearly than the videoing that I've done. So this is quite a short video just showing this technique. Just a reminder that I'm now getting towards the end of my training and pruning videos, so you can look at them in my playlist. Also, of course, I do cover quite a number of the different specialist plant types, such as pruning, training specimen trees, and also apples, stone fruit, and others. So do refer to my playlist 25 for fruit if you're looking for specialist information on them. Don't forget to put comments or questions in the section below this clip, because I always look at that and I respond to them. And also share my channel with other people, and also of course like this clip. And finally, thank you very much for viewing this through to the end. Bye for now.